Всем привет! Welcome to my channel. My name is Vika and I live in Russia in a very typical apartment. So today I'm filming an apartment tour because some of you asked, and I decided to start with the building itself because I live in a very typical Russian apartment, very typical building. It's on the background, it's called Девятиэтажка. They were built in 70s in the Soviet Union, all over like Soviet Union, so any person understand how they look like, and if you say that you live in Девятиэтажка, anybody will understand where you live and how your apartment approximately looks like. So let's start with the front entrance to the building. This is not exactly the one that we live in, just for safety reasons, but they are all identical, completely the same, so just it looks the same as ours actually. If you watch it from well-developed countries, you may probably think, why would anybody live in a place like that? But for Russian reality, this is considering as a quite nice place to live in. Obviously not the best one, but definitely not the worst. Especially if you can renovate the apartment itself with furniture, like modern furniture and new materials, then it would be considered as a good place to live in. And you can see a lot of people live in these buildings. Just for example, we rent there, my mom, my grandma lives in an apartment like that, many of my friends, relatives, classmates, and etc. In general, it's quite rare for somebody to live in a house outside of the city, so about 80% of Russians live in apartments in cities. These buildings are quite big, they have a lot of entrances to different parts of it, there are 9 floors with elevators, and usually there is a playground just in the middle of the building. Here is just a random typical entrance with the stairs, and here is a little problem, this one. You can solve it like that, or like that. So you made it to the door, good job, but here's a little problem again. So the first floor looks like that, it has some post boxes for each apartment, elevator, and the stairs. Yes, small and uncomfortable elevator, but it's better than nothing, so I'm glad that we have at least this one. Each floor also looks kind of the same, it has 4 apartments in it. In general, in this building there are 4 types of apartments, 1 room, 2 room, 3 rooms and 4 rooms, but 4 rooms are very rare, there's just a couple of them in the whole building, so I won't even count them. So we are inside in our apartment, this is the front entrance. And this is my baby, she wants to join us. So let's start. I'll start with this actually like front entrance and the kitchen. This is how our front entrance looks from the side. We have our stroller here. There is a mirror, the wardrobe with all our outer clothes. We are renting 3 rooms apartment. It's about 65 square meters and it includes 2 bedrooms, 1 living room, kitchen, small balcony, and separate bathroom and the toilet. Usually the apartments like this have the pantry here. This wall is the pantry wall, like it's all usually like small closed space where people keep their food and just random stuff, but they kind of reconstructed it, they take it off and they put the fridge there. So in general, kitchen started to look much bigger because of these just couple meters that they added. We have some boxes from the ex here because my granddad lives in the countryside, like in the village, and he has chickens. Our fridge is almost empty, although I keep here all the food that we have almost. Like all the grains, vegetables, fruits, pasta, sauces, like everything we have. Just because our food doesn't take so much space, we usually buy for a couple of days or a week, so I like to keep everything like here in one place and not to spread it around the kitchen. We also have sushi leftovers because we had the sushi party last night. These are my mostly used pans, I use them every day. All of these drawers are empty except for this one because this is just random stuff here. And this one, where's the garbage bin? Here we have samovar and just other cooking stuff. Here we have some oils, random snacks, bread, also some spices, some salt, sugar, tea, coffee things. Here we have some dishes. Actually, from there we own only cups and just a couple of plates. So I dry my towels here that I use to wash the dishes. As you see, we don't have the dishwasher. I just wash dishes by hand. I really like these vintage chairs. Not a fan of the table, but chairs are cool. And some flowers. My husband loves to give me flowers. Now next, from the entrance you go to the little corridor and the living room area. I would like to get rid of all these wardrobes that we don't use and just random furniture. It's kind of ugly. I can't do anything with it because it belongs to the owner of the apartment. And in Russia, apartments are usually rented fully furnished. So like you can't do anything with this furniture. Our friends stay over for the night quite often, so we use this couch for them. We don't use this thing completely. It's just the TV and the table, and we don't watch TV, and this table is absolutely unnecessary. Most of the drawers here and here and here are empty because we don't have anything to store here. This is our work zone. My husband works from the computer, and here I make my videos. Here I keep the baby's toys because she usually plays in this room. In this one we keep some shoes, some outer clothes, some random things like baggage. This part the owner also renovated because usually there is a wall with the door like inside the living room. This corner is also not like that usually. It's usually just a simple corner, and they took off the edge so it will be like more space here. This is just our bedroom. We have some boxes. I actually like this wardrobe. It's kind of vintage. We have the simple bed, another wardrobe, another storage space. This chair stays here as a side table for the bed. This is my baby's wardrobe. Actually, this shelf and this shelf are clothes for her till she will be approximately 5 years old. All the clothes that people give us that are too big for her, I just put here. The balcony is a complete mess because we just put here everything that belongs to the owner of the apartment, and that was small enough to just put here. We don't really use it. I hang our clothes here after the washing. We have our like humidifier here, some decoration on the heater. This wardrobe we use for our clothes, but it's actually almost empty. This is my husband's shelf, mine shelf, husband's shelves. These are like some bed sheets and some towels, and that's like all that we have. Things that are hanged there also my husband's, and these are empty, like all of them. This is the room that is going to be our child's room when she'll get a little bit bigger, and when we will have some furniture for her. A little bit later we'll make like fully furnished room for her here. The walls are not in a very good condition, and also the door is kind of ripped off a little bit, but I hope we'll fix it somehow a little bit later. It doesn't really bother us because like we still can use this room as a child's room, and she'll anyway destroy the walls with paint or something like that. These are our bathroom and the toilet. They're separate, and I'll start with the bathroom. It's pretty small, also a little bit old-fashioned design, but I like that it's big. The washing machine and just some random things. This is the toilet. nothing special. Very simple one. The apartment tour itself is over, but I wanted to have a very quick talk with you about some topics. First of all, this is obviously not my dream apartment. It doesn't look the way I want it to look. The design is not the one I like, and in general I don't really like these 9th floor buildings, and I prefer to live in a different place. But in this moment in life we are very blessed to have this apartment, and we are very thankful that we live in it, because we needed an apartment in the center of the city, and we couldn't find anything that was suitable in price and that we actually liked. And this apartment is a double win because it was very cheap, considering to others 3 rooms apartment, and also it was the one I actually liked because others were even worse than that. Second thing is that kind of joke about elevator and the stairs. I know that this is very bad that these buildings don't have suitable entrance for strollers and people with disabilities, more like elderly people. But I can't do anything with it. This building was built in the 70s, where nobody cared about people at all in the Soviet Union. The only thing I can do with it is to move out, which I'm not going to do in this moment in my life. So I know how I could film that this is a terrible place, that government doesn't care about people, all this negative Russian content that I've seen. And I'm not a person like that. I don't like to brag about things that I can't change, to be negative about these things. I usually make jokes of it or ignore the problem. So that's what I did. I made some jokes, and in regular life I do the same. I make jokes or just live how I can with this uncomfortable thing. So this is all that I wanted to talk about today. This is all that I wanted to show you. Thank you for watching. I hope that you like this video. Press subscribe, write down comments. I'll appreciate any comments from you guys. You can make some jokes about life in Russia here. So thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye bye.